Hi everyone, back with another review. Stone has sent me one of their newer beers. It's a beer I believe they're doing a limited run this year in 2019, but in 2020 it's going to see a wider distribution, including going into cans of 6-packs. But right now I have a bomber of Stone Buenaveza Salt Lime Lager. They kind of call it Baja inspired, San Diego brewed. So this beer was created by one of Stone's brewers, Ben Sheehan, and I know Ben. I've played hockey with Ben. Haven't played hockey with Ben in a while, haven't seen him, but he's a great hockey player. We miss him. But very cool that Ben came up with this recipe, which is obviously Stone's take on a Mexican style lager, and instead of having to add lime and you know, sometimes people put salt into their Mexican style lagers, it's already infused in the beer. So I have tried this recently, but haven't reviewed it. So pours out nice and clear, lots of carbonation. I would say it's a little darker than your typical Mexican style lager. No surprise there. Probably less adjunct, more actual malt. Bright white head. Definitely picking up the lime. And it makes me wonder what they're using for lime, because a brewer friend of mine, Peter at Belching Beaver, he gave me some of these lime crystals, and he used those in I think a goza, like a margarita inspired goza. So I wonder if Stone's using those lime crystals with this beer, because it comes off as like a salty, limey lager. I mean, you're not getting much fermentation character, maybe a little bit of fruitiness, more bready, biscuity. It's less maybe corn character than a lot of the typical Mexican style lagers, be it a craft brewed one or even a Mexican brewed one. So yeah, smells good. Let's dig in. Cheers. Yeah, I might be picking up a bit more of yeah, it's got that fermentation profile. I don't know what yeast they're using, if they're using the Mexican lager yeast. That's kind of what I'm getting, is that kind of Mexican lager yeast character, which it has a dry finish. You kind of get that more grainy malt character on the finish, that kind of pilsnery, kind of grainy character. It's not overly salty, it's not overly limey, which is nice. It's more the base lager with hints of those other components. Like the salt, yeah, I don't really taste a lot of salt. It's adding a salinity. It adds to the mouthfeel of the beer, which is, I think, why people like putting salt in your American style adjunct lagers, your Mexican style lagers as well, because the salt adds that salinity, adds a little more mouthfeel to the beer. Yeah, the lime's there, but it's not in the way. I kind of get it more up front. It kind of has a sweetness and then a dry finish. It's not overly sweet, which is nice. Definitely dry finish, which is great. Definitely want that in the style. Overly sweet just turns into a mess and you just can't drink it. So, really good balance on the beer. Yeah, it's got like a sweeter, bready kind of malt character up front, and then it kind of goes into crackery, and then kind of finishes grainy. Not in a negative grainy way, just that that kind of grainy finish that you get on these type of beers. Yeah, maybe a little bit of like so that's the thing. I don't know if they're actually using corn in this beer, but you kind of get the, I don't know, when you think the style, you start looking for corn and kind of try to pick it out, and you know, it's one of those things, is it really there or not? But I do feel like I get some of that corn character, which kind of makes it like sort of like a tortilla chip on the finish, if you will. That corn, kind of grainy malt kind of works really well. So yeah, this is a really good beer for a lot of food in San Diego, Baja California, because this is like a chips and salsa beer right here, no problem. Tacos, street tacos, done. So yeah, this is really nice. Maybe the bomber's not the best format for this, so looking forward to having, I assume it's going to be 12-ounce cans of this beer in the near future. So at 4.7%, you know, you crush a lot of these, and it's definitely an improvement over, you know, your Dos Equis, Modelo Especial, you know, those type of Mexican lagers. Pacifico, you know, you can tell it's a craft version, but of course they've added the extra couple ingredients to kind of differentiate it a little bit. So thanks to Stone for sending this out. Good stuff, Ben. Good job on this one. Until next time, cheers.